Susie.
Episode 339, everyone.
And might I say, you are looking fine. Yeah, I did it. So shoot me. What are you going to do?
Yeah, and where's the lie? That's what I want to know.
No lie.
Hey, we need to tell the people about our earthquake experience.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so great. We were talking about it over, was it breakfast the night? No. Did I spend the night here?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, God. I barely remember. That was a night. I was like, we were talking about it over breakfast, and Adam was like, we need to record this. Don't stop talking. Somebody get out the recorder.
Sarah and I had a date. We went out on a date.
Mm-hmm.
And
we had oysters, so that's what kind of date it was.
Yeah, hot and heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went to the Comedy and Magic store in Hermosa. Shout out to Allison, our brainiac who works there.
Yeah, shout out.
And we went into the lounge, dark, no windows. Mm-hmm. It was what time? Like 8:15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it was 8:15.
And what happened?
We're getting settled in. The first comedian walks right up on stage, and then the entire stage starts shaking.
The earth shook.
The earth shook, and I mean, for anybody who lives in California and experienced this was a weird one. Mm-hmm. Normally, earthquakes feel like a big jolt. You get about 10 seconds of shaking, and then you stop, and you're like, what, did we just have an earthquake? And maybe if you're closer, it's, you know, there's more damage, duh. But this one was like, I was on a boat, and it was rocky, and it went on for like a minute.
It was long.
Maybe longer.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, like, is it one of those things where it felt like a million years when we were in it, but then when we were done, it was only like 30 seconds? But I think no. I think it really was that long. It
might have been 30 seconds, but that's quite a long time to be shaking.
It was so weird. And I mean, I was talking to one of my friends, and she was like, yeah, I got up, and I was like, am I drunk? It's like,
right.
I'm walking. I guess I'm just drunk.
Right.
She's like, wait a second, I wasn't drinking.
We were drunk-ish, but also the earth was shaking.
Yeah.
And I was 2 seconds away from like stop, drop, and roll out of there. Because
what if? Yeah, that's so great. For a second, I was like, yeah. Oh, wait a second, that's her fire.
But I mean, that idea where I was like, we need to get out of here. Because I was thinking tsunami. We were right by the ocean.
Yeah.
But also just like, because there's no windows or anything, I thought we should probably, but it's a bad idea to leave the building.
Yeah. I was listening for that clinky clink of glass. Like, that seems to me
that
that,
were like, if the chandeliers.
Yes.
I don't even know if there was
me either, but somehow in my head, that's like the cue that we should get the hell out of here.
It was serious biz.
It was.
But I'm glad you're okay.
You too.
And then we went back to my house, and Sarah slept over because it was late. And she was making fun of my jammies. Do you recall this?
No.
I had on my...
How much did I drink? What the hell?
You'll remember.
Okay. I was like, I don't even think I had that much.
I had on my jammy pants, and then over it, I had on an oversized PBS.
Yes, I do remember this.
T-shirt.
Okay, first of all, let the record show. I was not making fun. That's why I was like, I don't know what she's talking about. Because I said, I love your pajama game.
No, then you said... Laugh, laugh, laugh. I can't wait to talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah, of course that you have an NPR bedtime shirt.
PBS.
Oh, PBS.
Why is that funny?
It's like exactly what you should be wearing to bed. It's so cute.
So you found it endearing.
Yes. Totes.
Okay. Because every time I put it on now, I'm like, what's so funny?
No. Oh my gosh. Isn't that funny how we do those things? We say that and we like wonder what is our friend thinking? I had a similar experience where like years ago, probably 10 years ago, a friend of mine, we were discussing, I was like single and on my own and I was like moving to a new apartment. She's like, well, how much money do you like need a month to survive? And I was like, I don't know, like $3,000.
Yeah.
And she went, oh, really? Or said something like, oh my God.
Oh, okay.
And I, for 10 years, did not know if that was, oh my God, you spend too much, or oh my God, your bills are too cheap. Or like, you don't,
right.
like you.
Which way is it?
I was like, which way is it? Is that too much or too little? So 10 years later, I just had dinner with her and I asked her.
Oh my
and
God.
she was like, somehow we brought it up. And I'm like, you know what? This really funny thing happened. And she was like, oh my God, I can flash back to that time. And I had 2 kids, brand new, like my bills were $12,000 a month. So that was definitely you're so lucky
you, yeah.
thing, you know? And my apartment was like really expensive too. So that was like, I was living on like nothing.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. Well, you cleared that
the
up.
air. Yes.
We really skipped like a decade of pain by
Yes.
just dealing with it right now.
We sure did. Yeah. So no, it's totally adorbs and endearing. And like, it makes me think about how like I want an NPR bedtime shirt.
Yeah.
And like you have a PBS one. And like, wouldn't that be adorbs?
You know how usually you just wear a shirt like someone gave you for free at an event? I sought that out on eBay. I wanted that shirt.
See, I love that. See,
I saw someone wearing one on Instagram, and I'm like, I need a PBS shirt.
Yes, there's an old school NPR one that I feel the same way about.
It's time.
I know.
By the
and
way,
you just donate and get it.
Sarah and I are going to Nashville in August.
Yeehaw!
We're going to Dollywood.
I'm so excited. The plane tickets are purchased.
And the thing that made me think of it is I went and bought on eBay a Dolly Parton t-shirt.
Oh my God,
t-shirt.
that's great.
Yeah, you're going to have to see their selections.
Oh, that's so fantastic. Now, see, you know how we talked about can you wear the
yes.
go to the concert wearing the
yeah.
Dolly Parton is loud.
Yes.
Totally fair.
Yeah.
Why I don't know why that is, but it is.
Yeah. I mean, Dolly can do whatever the hell she wants.
Yeah.
And I just want to celebrate her every day, really.
Yeah.
But especially when we're going to Dollywood.
I mean, my idea was for all of us to go dressed up as Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
And I would clearly be the early before pictures Dolly Parton.
Before and after.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Right. Well, we'll think about it. We'll think about what our plan is for the wardrobe.
I'm definitely teasing that hair, though.
Are you for real?
Oh, I mean...
You're going big.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bigger the hair, the closer to God in Texas.
People do
No, we're not going to Texas, but Nashville, you know.
Whenever you go curly and big, people go crazy for it.
Thank God. I should just probably like do that more.
Another thing you should do more is use the Omax sleep and stress remedy, which is that, remember that stuff I got?
Yes.
It's the CBD stress and sleep remedy.
You have been telling me about
from
this.
Omax. I really recommend it because you remember how I got cut off of my Klonopin?
Yeah.
My
sure do.
my physician thought I was an addict, I think. And so I had to, find alternative options, and Omax has one. So you take this CBD situation and it helps relax you naturally, get you in the mood to snooze. And then there's no grogginess. So you'll get your full 8 hours of sleep. And
so
then,
great.
no grogginess. And the CBD blend is incredible. You'll feel difference the first night. I really love it.
You really do, right?
Yeah.
Well, I go to an esthetician who gives me drops of CBD before I go to do my facial.
What do you think?
It's the most relaxing thing ever, but you don't feel like you're...
Weird.
Yeah,
there's no weirdness.
I'm just like, oh, this is lovely.
Yeah. Well, and I think a lot of people have sleep issues, anxiety,
like
and
everybody.
Yeah, pretty much. Like if you're an adult, you're probably in need of this. So if you're ready to relieve stress, relax your mind, and sleep better, and who's not, you need to try Omax Sleep and Stress Remedy. Trust me, it's a game changer. It can truly benefit anyone out there. Go to omaxhealth.com and enter code BRAINCANDY, and you'll get 20% off a 1-month supply plus free shipping. And if you don't have your best sleep in just 3 nights, return it for a full refund. That's what I always say, no risk.
Right.
That's omaxhealth.com, code BRAINCANDY for 20% off 1 month supply plus free shipping.
Wow. I have an update / something we have to talk about.
Yeah. What is it?
So, you know how I complained about the thing that annoyed me were the people putting their hand up in the parking lot?
Yes.
Okay. Big problem.
What?
I put a post up about it on Instagram, and
you did?
A bunch of people said, oh no, that's how we say thank you.
What?
So could this be?
Show me the wave.
That I'm just interpreting I'm going in with the, anticipating that somebody's going to put their hand up, in annoyance.
Yeah.
And then I see every hand up as that. But
what is it when they say that's how we?
Yeah,
who's we?
Apparently, it's a thing on in the Midwest or East Coast or something like that. People say, "Oh yeah, that's just what people do to say thank you." I mean, it didn't.
What would they be thanking you for?
Thank you for I don't know, not mowing them down. I don't know. It seems like once again, don't need to do that either. But
So you think maybe this was all a big misunderstanding?
It might be. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into the parking lot in a calm way.
Yeah.
With no
Maybe some CBD oil.
Maybe some CBD oil.
Yeah.
No preconceived like ideas about how people are going to be there.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it's that.
Yeah, maybe you have a bias.
Yes, I think maybe I do. And I need to just let it go. It's kind of like I always thought that people in clothing stores, whenever they say, do you need help? Do you need help with something? I'd be like, back off. I'm fine. Like that
you're
somehow
defensive.
that they, when I was younger and you go in there with a bunch of tattoos, I did feel like I got followed around. Like
I'm sure you
I
did.
I was going to steal
you're
something.
A hooligan.
Yeah. And so I like, you know, and imagine I've got black hair. I'm like, look, and for a long time I had a mohawk and I'm like all pierced up and I come in there like looking all BDE all over the place. They're probably like, this gal's stealing stuff.
Trouble. She's trouble.
And so they would like say, you know, or this is all in my head. And so, you know, now I go in there and they're like, oh, can I help you with something? I'm like, oh, I'm fine. You know, I'm probably like a total bitch when I do that. So I need to like not.
Maybe it's you all along.
And oh my God, we're having a lot of aha moments right now. Nothing stresses me out more than shopping.
Okay.
So maybe I'm just going into the
Oh my God.
mall already stressed because I'm like anticipating the stress of shopping.
Maybe you have a tood.
Total dude.
I probably have that at the grocery store parking lot because I hate.
You hate the grocery store.
Oh yeah, it's the worst. People are so rude in there with their carts.
Get out of here. I love the grocery store.
I don't know what
This
you're
is
saying.
how I feel about shopping. I hate it all. And don't even ask me how many items of clothing I'm bringing in the dressing room, lady.
Oh my God.
I mean, they do
you
need
have a
to,
real
and
problem.
I don't because I used to work in a dressing room, and I understand that you need to count them. But it always seems like they're very dramatic about 1, 2, and they like pull them apart. Like somehow I'm like sneaking in clothes to try on. It
tickles me that people are ever mean to you because like I can't even imagine.
This is all stuff in my head. I'm sure it's all like I need to, and then I'm like,
yeah, maybe
fine.
if you changed your attitude, you wouldn't have so many people waving at you, quote, quote.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe it's the problems with me.
Yeah, maybe.
So I'm trying to just increase my awareness and see how I go in. Try to be a little
That's
more zen.
all we can do.
Right.
But then when it happens again, you're going to be like, oh.
Oh, then I
am
yes.
a bad driver.
I'm just going to roll down the... Oh, my God, I'm a bad driver. No, I'm going to put it on the person in the parking lot. I'm going to roll down the window and call them over and be like, excuse me.
What
What just happened here?
Yeah, just be like, what's up?
Yeah, just like total congruent communication in every area.
Why
What else?
not?
Even if it's completely violating social norms. Bring it on.
That's funny. All right. Well, let's talk about some stuff.
Let's do it.
I read an article about the history of the ball pit. You know, the play ball pits.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah, I thought
all
you
fun
would.
and games until somebody has a tummy ache.
Ew, because
No
of the
matter
BM.
which way.
Like, do you mean because there's poop everywhere?
Or puke.
Oh.
That's definitely happened when I was at a... no, I mean, I was like an adult there, but it was like
Someone puked
all
in
out of the ball pit because somebody puked. Little kid had too much cake and ice cream at a, Chuck E. Cheese or wherevs.
Then, do you know what the process is for sanitizing that?
No, but I can't imagine they're diligent.
Yeah, it's not thorough.
No, right. It's not. I don't think it's...
It's the old rinse.
Yeah. I mean, can you
Right.
imagine? They're like 17-year-old minimum wage workers who now have to clean children's puke out of...
No.
I mean, that sounds like a
No,
teen
it's not a
movie
good day.
like clip of like the guy who's like, "I hate my job."
Yeah.
And then he like puts on the suit with a little mouse head and everything.
Suit.
You know, our friend Mariana was Chucky at Chuck E. Cheese as one of her old jobs. She was the character.
What?
Yes, true story.
She was Charles Cheese?
Oh my God, he used his given
His
name,
Christian
his
name.
Christian name. That's so great.
I thought they were gender specific with that.
No, look at that, Chuck E. Cheese.
Non-binary.
They were. But tell us about ball pits.
Okay, well, I love a good ball pit. And, they've become more popular recently again, thanks to, like, the museums that...
Oh, yeah. We
the
went in one
pop-up.
together.
Yeah.
An all-yellow one.
Yeah, and so it was sort of playing off of that, like how millennials grew up, 80s and 90s, and they were just a staple. They were at every sort of kid's pizza place. They were at Chuck E. Cheese. They were at McDonald's sometimes. And so we're kind of nostalgic for them, which is why in the pop-up shops, everyone's so into them. And they're great for pictures.
Yep. And come on. They're fun.
And they're fun.
Because you can really fall face first into those and it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Which is so fun.
I know, it is.
Why is that so fun to do?
It's like all the fun of swimming without the inconvenience of water.
Yep, and your hair looks just as good when you come out.
Right. I think that has something to do with it. But yeah, it is a good time if you can get past the germiness, which I can.
I can too.
I mean, whatever.
Whatever.
The whole world is BM.
You could barely get past the idea of dropping your phone, though, because I remember there was a moment where we were in that ball pit where the phone fell or the phone dropped, and like you went into full blown panic of like
that was because I thought we lost
right.
it.
I know.
Yeah.
Hence the panic.
It was hard to find.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't drop your phone in there. Good Lord.
You'll never get it back.
What I didn't know though was that a big part of why ball pits came to be was that in the 70s, people became more fearful about abductions on outdoor playgrounds.
Oh, wow.
And more litigious. And so it became a architect tried to develop soft play and indoor areas for kids that felt safer to parents. So that hence the ball pit was invented.
Now, is this one of those things, like, are kidnapping rates higher or lower or changed? Are they consistent over time? Do we have any, was this one of those things?
From what I understand, it was just a public awareness about it.
It almost drove us to be more of an inside.
Yeah. Yeah, people got fearful. I think there were some real high profile ones
there were.
During that time.
Yep.
And then everyone got spooked, which I get. Mm-hmm. But
that was like stranger danger era, which was really not a good thing for a message that kind of backfired in the long run. Yeah. But that's real interesting.
Yeah, and this is why I love the history of, because we all know ball pits. We sort of they're just a fixture. So I like knowing the context for why they sprung up and how this fear about our kids spurred this other form of play. How weird.
It's like they got together and were like, okay, we're going to need to invent a cage, but it can't look like a cage. It's got to be fun. Maybe open top and maybe colorful. I know.
I've got it.
Balls.
Yeah, it's clever, and really we're so used to them, but how did somebody think of that?
It's a playpen.
And
pen, playpen.
Mm-hmm. And then really they were saying how, like, when the fear sprung up, there were arcades and pinball places, but they were seen as like seedy and led to gambling. So that was why Chuck E. Cheese came to be. It was in response to this sort of like, we need an indoor space, but arcades are kind of like questionable.
And it's like teenager.
Yeah.
That's like, I mean, I think of an arcade at that age where it was like I was too young to drive anywhere or go
like
anywhere,
13,
but it was
14.
like somebody could drop me off and we could hang out, and there were dark corners for me to make out in. I did that so much
at the
arcades.
mall. Oh, at arcades.
Oh, yeah. I mean, hello, look at who loves games more than me.
Okay, so it got
who
you
loves
in the
making
mood.
out dark corners more than me.
Right, so it was like scratching all your...
Yeah, and I just remember that like the floors just always being like just nasty casino floors that were like so sticky and weird.
Yeah. And that's why Chuck Cheese came about.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know what? I'm a rat, and I'm going to make...
I brought my friends here, and we sing,
What's
and we
the
love
name
pizza.
of their band? Ragtime Band or something?
Oh, my gosh. What is it?
I'm going to look it up. I know you disagree with it. Chuck E. Cheese Band. It's got to be a ragtime, I'm telling you.
Oh, my God. That's great.
What the hell is it? Chuck E. Cheese's band. Oh, the Munch's Make-Believe Band?
Okay.
At the Showbiz Pizza Place.
The Showbiz Pizza Place. Now that rings a bell. Yep. It was always funny how they were like, there was really no consistency in the characters.
No,
it was like giant rat, weird purple thing.
How do you even know that?
Then like a guy.
You're right.
I know.
How do you know that?
Like I've never been to Chuck E. Cheese.
I don't know anybody but Chuck.
I mean, I don't know their names. Let me see a picture of these
lady that's like a duck or something.
Oh, I feel like she's new. I don't know about her.
And then this guy?
I don't know about him either.
So you just know the purple Chuck and this pizza guy
That's
there.
it.
The chef.
Yeah, the chef. So, like, he's making the pizza and Chuck's, like, slinging them? Like, is that how it works? And then what's the purple guy?
And why is
Hype man?
Yeah, that guy is not even a real animal.
Yeah,
I don't know who they're
kidding.
Right,
that's what I'm saying. It's like there's nothing consistent here. Speaking of weird Muppet things, I went to the most random show, like concert thing or whatever. I was spending the night at my friend's house, and she lives across from this bar that has like, you know, like local bands and like smaller bands come and play. And she's like, oh, let's go see this like, not like a tribute band, but it's like a novelty act kind of thing. It was called, let me make sure I get it right. Oh my God. Oh, Mac Sabbath. Like
God,
Black Sabbath.
no.
But it was a band dressed up as Ronald McDonald and all the characters from McDonald's.
Come
and they
on.
did like a Weird Al style songs that sounded like Black Sabbath songs, but had lyrics that were about like fast food.
Why?
I thought that too at first. I was like, what the hell is this? And like,
There's too many
everybody's
references.
got to be on drugs here. And then, and I'm like, are we all watching this ironically? Are people into this? Like, let me see how people are dancing. And there was definitely people who were like into it, like they're following this band. After about 5
good?
minutes, I was totally sucked in. And I just couldn't stop watching. And it was so funny, and it was so weird, and it was like
Were
enjoyable.
they good musicians?
Yes. And then the whole act and the funny things that they did, like instead of, you know, like biting a head off a bat, he like took a plastic bat and like put it between two hamburger buns, and then you know would have water in like mustard and ketchup bottles that he would like squirt into his mouth and squirt out, and it was ridiculous, but so much more fun than I would have ever expected.
It does sound fun.
So basically, just say yes when you see weird things that pop up in your neighborhood. And
Good
go to
to
them.
know.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't understand how that came to be.
I don't know either. It almost seemed, and then I just thought like these guys looked like they were probably in their like late 30s, maybe early 40s. I'm like, somebody on stage is married. There got to be, and somebody's wife has to go to hang out with their friends and talk about how her husband dresses up as the Hamburglar, but like on stage sing. But they're living their best life, so whatevs.
Another way you should live your best life is to try Noom, which is such a great way to get in shape, because the way that the Noom app works is that it's all about goals that are more about how do you feel?
Yes.
Are you sleeping better? Do you feel stronger, rather than
Like
just
stuff we feel like we can actually do and want to do and all that stuff. Yeah, let's do those goals.
rather than just how much do you weigh
Right.
and restrict calories and stuff like that. Because basically Noom wants to teach people, here's how to live your life in a way that's more healthy and devoted to wellness, rather than just go on a crash diet.
Flavor of the month kind of,
Yeah.
long-term success.
Yeah, so it's more sustainable. And it's really nice because they have a community on there that you can talk to and compare notes with. And they don't teach you like, this is good and this is bad and off limits. It's just about moderation and just healthier living, which I'm all for. You don't have to change it all in one day. Small steps make big progress. Sign up for your trial today at Noom. That's noom.com/braincandy. Again, that's Noom, noom.com/braincandy. Get that app. And you can just be held accountable. It's super easy using the app and help you break some bad habits. Give that a try.
Sweet.
Okay. Now
for the brainy stuff. No, I'm kidding.
You know what? A history of the ball pit wasn't for dummies.
That's true.
But it was fun. I did read an article about whether reading can make you happier, which to me is like obvious.
I mean, my instinct is to say yes.
Yeah, why wouldn't it?
I mean, unless you're reading like self-help books that are just making you feel like, but I mean,
Not enough or something.
Yeah. But if you're like reading them from the wrong place,
Yeah, no, this was saying like,
it's great. Where's the downside?
yeah, it was describing what happens in your brain when you read.
Ooh.
And how it has a lot of the same benefits as meditation.
Well, that's great.
Yeah. Because
Does
it's
it talk
almost
about
like,
different areas of the brain where activity happens?
No, it was just saying that like, well, maybe to you it probably would have made sense. But to me, they were saying like it did that mirror neurons thing.
Yeah.
Where like you're reading about someone else doing something, but your brain thinks you're doing it.
Yep. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So you kind of like...
It would probably make people more empathetic.
Yeah, fiction especially, they say, have more empathy, and that you're totally in the moment, and you almost split yourself in two, where part of you is reading and doing the normal stuff, but the other part of your brain is immersed in someone else's story that then kind of becomes your own weirdly.
It's so great.
It's so fun.
Oh,
As if you needed another reason to have a
Right.
great thing in your life. But I just love that it can make you happier. Like
That's amazing.
Because that's what everyone's seeking.
Right.
How to be happier.
and like, I think we should look. Sometimes people who read and who are off, I mean, maybe I'm just feeling like this because I can be one of those people who like go to a restaurant and read alone.
Oh, I love doing that.
Me too. I can't tell you how many times some guy will come up to me and I'll be like, "Oh, what are you doing sitting here?" Blah. And we need to look at people who are doing that as like, meditating.
Absolutely.
Friggin' let them.
Yeah, because you might want to be out in
how
public. You don't want to
wonderful.
be isolated.
Right.
But you enjoy this thing. I think there's few things more fun.
Isn't that totally like what? I've just been experiencing that a lot. This will be the thing I'm annoyed about this week in this segment.
Well, I always talk about, like, if I'm reading a book, the last thing I want is for someone to say, "What you reading?"
Yeah, no joke.
Nothing now.
Crossword puzzles are even worse.
Because they want to get involved.
Or they just they feel like there's like somehow an opening. Like somebody did that to me the other day. And I was just like, they like were giving me a hard time about doing a crossword puzzle at a bar. And I was like, everybody, let's look around at this bar. That person's on their phone, that person's on their phone, that person's on their phone, that
Sarah,
person's on their
good
phone.
point.
So if I had my phone out and I were doing a crossword puzzle on my phone, would you come over and give me a hard time? Nope. But you're giving me a hard time because this is here, but you didn't do it to that person, that person, that person. So freaking can it. And who's to say what you're was supposed to do?
Well, but that person just wanted a reason to talk to you.
Yeah, I'm annoyed with it. Don't talk to me.
Yeah, I know.
I'm giving out the maximum don't talk to me vibes. I literally have my head in a book.
Yeah. But you're irresistible. They're
sorry.
only human. This is
What
what I
can you
keep
say?
saying. I mean, geez. But I wish people were a little better about picking up cues. Like the guy when you kind of were shunning him at the Yosemite or wherever at the bus stop.
Yeah.
Like you were giving him the vibe and he was not accepting.
Not accepting it.
So that's the
Yeah.
only thing. Because, you know, you can't blame a person for trying, but
Right.
once you're kind of Stonewall or whatever that is,
Yeah.
when you're like,
Like I don't even make eye contact with them, and they're like still asking me. Yeah.
Right.
So that's no bueno. But
no bueno.
yes,
Yeah, but at least know that when you're reading,
it's so
that-
good for you.
It is.
Makes me want to read fiction like right now.
Oh, not me. I think I'm an exception. I do
know
think
you are.
most people that really does feel good for them, but for me, it does not.
And I just finished a book. Well, not just a month ago when I was on that camping trip. I finished a book with a cliffhanger. And I still
At the
haven't
end
gotten
of the book?
Yeah, like can you even believe that? That
No.
shouldn't even be allowed. I was
need
that mad
closure.
too. And then the book is not available at like regular bookstores. You can only order it on Amazon. It's so freaking good. And then I was like traveling and forgot to order it, but I'm like forgetting. Like just now you reminded me that like, oh my God, I'm on the edge of my seat in this book, in this other world where I'm like, you know, living another person's life sort of
Wow.
and experiencing what she's. You would freaking love this book.
I
It's about a
probably
girl who
wouldn't.
wakes up in a cult, but she doesn't know. Like they tell her that she's been a member and she has no prior memory.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's so good. Oh my God.
I
It's called
wouldn't-
Into the Light. It's amazing.
Into the light.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I get chills. I read it in one night. I couldn't put it down. I was obsessed.
I will take this opportunity to remind everyone of my obsession with libraries and how you should be taking advantage of this free service in your community and how much fun it is to find the book you want, get it for free. And I don't know, I just feel like it's a special thing. I am always harassing you guys about using, because people don't go to their library.
Oh, they need to.
Yeah.
They're missing out.
They are.
And I'm going to start going to the library because, I mean, now I have to since I don't have a school library anymore.
I'm sad about that.
I
I want someone to give me their password to get into like a scholarly
I just miss the
database.
smell.
Oh,
It had
yeah.
a smell. It's like different in school ones. I don't know why.
Yeah, they have a lot of old books. And, we're like getting sentimental about books
we
over
are.
here.
Yes.
I mean, just use your library. That's all I ask.
Got it.
I read an article about the creator of Swiss Miss Hot Chocolate.
Oh, what's that gal up to, or guy?
It's a guy,
I figured. I just wanted to try.
and here's what's fun. He
Well,
has
what's not fun about Swiss Miss, really?
true.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the first person to create a, powder form of creamer for the troops in Korea. So they couldn't have coffee. And
that's $1 million idea.
Yeah, and he got, how you have to put in a bid with the government, and then if you get it, then there's kind of like stipulations. And one of the stipulations was he couldn't run out, so you had to make like more than he really needed. And then the extra, whatever was left over, he couldn't sell. Oh. So he was left with all this extra powdered creamer, and so he started working on a recipe to make a powdered hot cocoa. Me too.
I love all parts of that story.
Me too. I just love people like that who are so inventive and resourceful.
This seems like my kind of guy.
Yeah, it does. Where he's like, I'm going to try this. And
I'm not going to throw that away. I bet I could use it for something. I need to make use of this.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
And so he created the packets that everyone knows where the hot chocolate mix is in there. And that, he had to do a lot of tweaking because it couldn't be perishable. Like the first versions would become rancid very quickly. And then eventually he made the kind that kind of lasts for like a year or however long. Shelf stable.
That's amazing.
Isn't that cool? I love people like that.
Yeah. And then, here's the need. They need, creamer in their coffee. And here's the invention to make it. I was just reading an article about a dad who, I think he had some background in some science field, but he had a newborn and they lived in an older house and the floor squeaked and they kept waking up the baby with the squeaking of the floor. It would be like, oh my God, we have to tiptoe, squeak, squeak, squeak.
Yes.
He invented a non-toxic spray that stops your floor from squeaking.
No.
And it works perfect, and then it lasts for
What's
a
it
really
called?
long time.
I want to buy it.
Oh, I'm going to have to find out. I just read this, and in my mind I was like, no, we probably won't talk about it in the show, so I didn't write it down. But I'm like, oh.
Wonder what the trick is.
So he went to the same people who manufactured WD-40 and got the same base, but then used food-grade oils so that if you have a baby and he's crawling around the floor, it's fine. Genius.
Mm-hmm. Don't you love it?
Uh-huh.
It's sort of like those Shark
genius
Tank
idea
people.
Just for him because it's a him.
For sure. It is a genius idea.
Yes. And that one, now, that would be such a great... Because, if you had a newborn baby and had that one spot on the floor that squeaked, you would pay whatever it took for that bottle. And the peace of mind, one little thing. And then
that's one thing you don't have to worry about.
And it just oh my gosh, it's amazing how I didn't know my life could be so different without that squeak kind of thing.
Yeah. Gosh, I like that.
Yeah, so shout out to that guy.
Another thing that I like is ModCloth.
Oh, I was just cruising through their website yesterday.
What were you looking for?
Guess.
Bathing suits.
Yeah! You're so good!
Did you find what you wanted?
I love the one with the piping in it that has, it's like one piece, but it's got like a, kind of like a seam around the middle, and it almost looks like kind of corset style with like the little, cups.
Yeah.
I'm doing a terrible job describing it. It's like printed and it's super cute.
It's summer. You need some bathing suits. You need some cute threads. ModCloth is such a good option. It's so affordable, size inclusive. They have everything from XXS to 4X. And so they likely have something in your size, and they want to celebrate all women. I love that. Their range is 00 up to size 28. And they have a team of stylists that can help you too. I've gotten tons of bathing suits there. I've gotten dresses.
I've worn your bathing suits.
Yeah.
I love them.
It's fun because you can find different items you don't see everywhere else. And they gave you guys a discount to get 15% off your purchase of $100 or more. Go to modcloth.com and enter code BRAINCANDY at checkout. The offer is valid for one-time use only and expires on November 2nd, 2019. So it's 15% off your purchase of $100 or more. Go to modcloth.com and enter code BRAINCANDY at checkout. Their suits are really high quality too, so you will not be disappointed.
Oh, so I read a cool article. So that night when I spent the night at your house, one of the things that your husband and I were chatting about, and I think you too, were like video games and Minecraft and all those kind of things. And this article came out where they researched Minecraft, and they said that playing Minecraft increases creativity.
That's so good. I figured.
Yes, and of course, like anything, it matters with intention, and they were looking at like how does one go into a game? How does one get motivated to play.
Yeah.
And how are the outcomes different in, what can be gained from play if the motivation for starting is different. So they took 2 groups, and one was just able to play the game like totally free whenever they wanted, no instruction. And then this other group was told to play the game and then told to be as creative as possible. Which group do you think was the most creative?
I guess the players.
The ones that were told to be creative?
Yeah.
No. They were the least creative. When somebody is informed to be creative.
What?
Yes. So if you have like a kid, you have 2 kids. One, you just have the game open when like he can play whenever he wants, free for all, free form play.
Yeah.
And the kid goes, I think I have an idea. I think I want to play.
Yeah.
And then goes over and then plays da 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 da. And then you test this child on, like, give them a test of creativity later. They will perform better than the child who you say, "Oh, right, let's play a game." And as you play, just try to be the most creative. So they were. There's of course, no like hard and fast explanation for this.
Yeah. What do they think?
They hypothesized that it could be that the pressure from feeling like you have to be creative then stunts creativity, or they were so creative in that process they almost used it all up, used all their creative juices, so they didn't have any left to go. And
they were tapped out.
Yeah, they're tapped out.
How strange.
Or that creativity has to be in line with stuff that's already going on inside your head, like the motivation that if you are motivated to play and then you go play, it's a way of acting out your internal world, which then helps you solve problems. But if that's assigned to you, then you don't do a good job.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised about that.
Me too. I thought that was really interesting. And okay, so how they tested them on creativity, I thought this was really cool too. So they asked them, and these were adults that they tested. They said, draw a creature from a world very different than Earth.
Oh, okay.
And then they ranked it on how human it looked. And the ones that looked the most human were the least creative, and the ones that looked the least human were the most creative. And the ones that were able to have free-form play without any instruction were more creative than ones who were told to be creative.
I can't believe it.
I know. I love that kind of stuff. And they also said, and this one was like, oh, duh, Minecraft is essentially virtual Legos.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
And we get this idea of like, oh, a video game is so bad and our kids can't be playing it.
Yeah.
But if we're kind of transitioning into this more, not a virtual world, but where they're, maybe in a little ways, yes, that some of our life does kind of exist in this virtual world.
Yeah.
That having play that also exists there too, but then mirrors real life could be beneficial and could be really good.
Yeah. And the music on Minecraft is very soothing. I don't know if you've ever heard it.
I haven't. I've never even played.
It almost puts you in this like trance-like state, which I think is a good thing, for someone like my son who's very high energy.
Yes.
All over the place. It feels, as long as you put limits on how long they play, it feels really good when he's playing because you feel like he's focused, he's engaged. There's nothing violent or anything like that. Minecraft is good in that way. And
you're building your internal,
you can do whatever you want.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And I was just thinking about having a kid and playing a video game with them and how there's this instinct to be teach them in a way. Mm-hmm. You do this, you do that. They will learn better with absolutely zero instruction.
Right.
And that is hard for me who loves to teach.
I'm shocked. I'm going to have to think about that.
Yeah, I thought that was, I thought Adam would really like that article.
Yeah, he's going to hope there's one about, what's that, Fortnite? Rust. Yeah, Rust. Yeah. He's real into.
It's all the kind of the same stuff, It's like building.
No, I don't know. Those ones are a bit more like survival-y and real life. They feel weirder. And they get real into it. Yes. He wears this headset. It's a whole scene.
They do. That is funny. I'm into it, though.
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
What else can I talk to you about? Oh, how about this is just I read the headline type of thing. A North Carolina man won $344 million with lottery numbers. He got off of the fortune cookie thing.
Oh, I love that.
You know how they put lucky numbers?
Yes, I sure do.
And they really were lucky.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to work every now and then, right?
Right? I mean,
Wow.
come on, though.
So do you, okay,
Yeah.
here's the $1 million question. And I actually mean that.
Literally.
Does he give the Chinese food place?
Oh, what
cut?
would you do?
I would. Depends on how you take the money.
I wouldn't.
I would. Come
is
on,
with
at that
you?
much money, what are you going to do? What's an extra, like, $50,000 could be a huge, or $100,000. Or freaking $500,000 for that restaurant could be the difference between.
I mean, if they were nice or whatever, but if you don't,
Susie's like, oh, if they're nice.
like, you know how I always go to the same restaurants.
Yeah.
If that were the case, I would do it. But if it was just like
Yeah.
some random PF Chang's,
Okay.
they can shove it right up their ass.
Yeah, that I totally agree with. Shove it up there. But
Yeah, if it was
mom
like
and
family,
pop, like
yeah.
family, oh, come on. That would be
That'd
like
be
the
nice.
best.
Yeah, because you know how when you win the lottery, then wherever you buy it gets a cut.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, like if you buy it at 7-Eleven,
I wonder if
let's
people
say
are
you
always thrilled
win
for that.
$500 million, they get $2 million or something. What happened?
I'm trapped in my spiral notebook. Oh my God, I'm
Sarah.
wearing a bangle. Oh, thank God, I'm free. I had a little bit of a panic. It felt like a BTK killer moment right there. Oh,
I'm dying.
I had like my bangle trapped in my spiral notebook. I couldn't
my
escape.
God.
I was stuck. Whew. I'm good
Yeah,
now, Peep.
if
Don't
you-
worry.
If you win like $500 million and you bought it from 7-Eleven, that particular 7-Eleven gets $2 million. Or whatever. I guess it's the owner of the store.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to open up a mini mart just so I can like bank on the possibility of
Right.
franchise that shit. Come on.
I
give me
wonder
some
though,
money.
like how much you have to win in order for there to be that bonus prize. I'm sure there's a minimum.
I always wondered why places had like those signs up.
Oh,
that
yeah.
says like luckiest store, so many winners here. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
Now I get it.
Heck yeah, that's
It's like
just
a
good
win-win thing,
business.
right? Just good business.
Yeah. So are you one of those people that's into playing the lottery?
I'll go through like, I recognize what it is when I need to.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know what happens. Like sometimes when I'm feeling really lucky or when I like have a win somewhere else, I almost want to keep the ball rolling. So I'm like, oh, I'm lucky. I'll get it. I'll get a scratcher. And I had this experience once, sometimes, and maybe it's just me, but sometimes when I'm really aware of how I'm going into a situation or like, oh, I'm starting to get really excited. I wonder what this is about. Da, 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 da. And I kind of am in this place where I'm almost watching myself have the experience. Then that's when I get these real big lessons of like, okay, you need to check yourself, or okay.
Why?
So this is what happened. I don't know what had happened before, but I'm like, oh my God, it's my lucky day. I'm going to buy a scratcher and and I'm like,
Scratcher.
I definitely am winning. And it was like the crossword one, because I love that one where you like you scratch off the letters
Yeah.
and then they like fill in the crossword puzzle.
Yeah.
It was one of those tickets where it was absolutely designed to get my heart racing, where it was like, oh my God, I've got
So
all of these.
close.
Oh my God, this is it. This is the big one. I'm winning everything. And then the last one I scratched off, and like, I was totally convinced I had just won $50,000 or whatever.
Oh no.
And then I scratched it off, and it was like free lit ticket or something like that.
What's that mean?
Like you get another, that the only prize is basically you broke even.
Yeah.
And I recognized in that moment that there was this feeling of intense high, then an intense low, and then a desire to go, well, I got to go get two more. And, and I was like, wait a sec. No. This is exactly what this is designed to do.
Yeah.
This is also a lesson that, like, you don't need this kind of roller coaster of emotion in your life. And this is fake, and not fake, but it's temporary satisfaction or gratification and kind of long-term disappointment and this hamster wheel.
Yeah.
So I realized that, like,
It wasn't for you.
That's a very long-winded way to say not anymore. No, it's not for me. But I will give them as Christmas presents and throw them in stockings, because
Yeah.
$10 for
Yeah,
10
it's
of them
fun.
is super fun.
Yeah.
And then I always hope that they do land on the big one.
Well, yeah.
And then they're going to split it with me.
If somebody wins, then that you know, and
Right.
yeah.
I mean, you feel like you got it, right?
That is a
That's
different
I'm
story.
good. So when that goes in your stocking and you end up winning, I just remember this conversation.
Unless the gift was from P.F. Chang, in which case
No.
I am not splitting with that guy. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think of the ethics, though, of like someone's profiting off of mostly vulnerable people, you know, paying for a pipe dream? You into it? You don't mind? Gives them some fun, gives them joy.
I don't know.
And this isn't just in the U.S., it's all over.
Yeah. It does kind of feel icky when when you really look at who's playing this whole, like the high hopes. I mean, I bet for me at this time, it was when I was, you know, kind of in more of like a paycheck to paycheck situation. I was like, yes, I'm going to win. That's the
thing.
Yeah. And so I almost had like banked my good future on this moment right now. And that can just lead to, if I didn't know how to handle those emotions, if I weren't aware of those, then maybe it would make me want to do something to go fix that feeling of disappointment with some unhealthy behavior. Yeah. And that's where I see the spiral of it being bad. But the thing I do like is the money that it gives to schools, because doesn't it do a whole bunch to like pay for...
Yeah, I'm sure it's different with each state. In Pennsylvania, it goes to older Pennsylvanians, which I don't know what that means exactly. Like who are you giving it to?
That's so funny.
But I guess it's pro social services.
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like anything that is like a vice like that or whatever. Like I love that they do with weed. I'm like, yeah, give all that. What? Colorado, like all proceeds, like a big percentage of the taxes from marijuana goes to I want to say early childhood education or preschool or something like something. I don't know. Kids are getting it. And kids are benefiting from weed. So do not soundbite that, people. So I'm like for that, because like I think, you know, if it's good, people are going to do what they're going to do. I mean, they're going to find a way. I have a group of friends that are straight edge. So they do not, which, you know, if you don't know what that is out there, it's people who aren't choosing to be sober because they had a drug problem or alcohol problem, but they just don't support like a intoxicated lifestyle. Like they are all
Who
about...
are these people?
They're heavily involved in like the metal world, like music world, like kind of like punky, like, you know, like metal. Like there are a lot of guys and girls that you'd look at them and you'd be like, that guy definitely does drugs. And it's the complete opposite. Yeah, where it's like they're almost
their
going
form
against.
Of rebellion is abstaining.
Totally. And I wore this hat for a little while myself. Okay. And I went to a wedding for somebody who his husband is straight edge, and you had never seen so many people crowded in the corner playing dice.
What the hell's dice?
You know, they like dice where you're like shooting them in the like street, and you're like rolling up against, like they're like shooting, like rolling dice on the ground, like they bet. I don't know, it's some like betting game. It's essentially like they're betting. They love gambling. They love going to Vegas and gambling.
Oh, okay.
And it's like their form of something, because everybody's got one. It's impossible. I mean, come on. Yeah. It was like nobody's drinking, but they're all playing. I mean, I think it's just dice.
I'm sure it is. I just am not familiar.
Like bones or something like that. I feel like they would call, there's like some name that I'm totally getting this wrong, but like, you know.
You could say anything right now.
Yeah.
It's called kibble.
It's called
I'd be like, oh, really? Huh. Yeah, I guess everybody needs to get that little high from something.
Yeah.
And so you're saying at least the lottery benefits.
Yeah, so if people are going to do what they're going to do, then I think that we should, I mean, if you're going to tax it, don't just like make sure it goes to something good.
Right.
Yeah. Somebody who wishes that their taxes went to something good is my new buddy, Frank Serrano from Waldo, Missouri.
Why?
So this guy this guy went viral with a picture he posted. And he has been complaining to city council for like 3 months plus to fix the damn potholes.
Okay.
Fix the potholes, fix the potholes, fix the potholes. Like not just him, neighbors, they're like, they've had a bunch of weather problems this year, and now it's spring and the roads are a mess. So he realized that complaining was getting him nowhere. So he took to the internet and he got himself a birthday cake. And he got himself a candle, and he put the candle in the birthday cake, and he threw a 3-month birthday party for the pothole and took a picture of it and posted it on Facebook, and it went viral. And he was like, just celebrating this pothole's 3-month birthday, and everybody liked it. 2 days later, pothole fix.
Really?
I'm going to show you this. I don't know why it tickles me so much, this picture. It's like hilarious to me. So
it's something you would do. That's why. Oh my God. It's a
cute?
0.
It's, if you go in, it's a 3.
Oh, because that makes me laugh even more.
Right, if it were like 0 years. But he's like, just celebrating my pothole's 3-month birthday over here. Fixed just like that.
Wow.
So, there you go. Just take pictures of the potholes and give them personalities, and they will be fixed right up.
That reminds me of this article I read about this restaurant that was really mad about the way that Yelp does business. So you know how Yelp is great for reviews and you can find good restaurants and things like that. But he was mad because for a while, they call up the restaurant and they say, "Hi, we're with Yelp. Do you want to get a sponsored?" You know how they have sponsored ones?
And those are always listed first, and then it messes up the order and rank and everything. Yes,
and he said yes and had it for a while, but then he decided he didn't want to spend that each month, so he stopped his payments. And then all of a sudden, his reviews changed.
No.
Where good ones were disappearing.
No.
Yeah. And so he was getting really mad because he felt like this was a racket, and that if you buy advertising, then you're And so he decided he was going to do a campaign where it was leave us a 1-star review and I'll give you free pizza or whatever it was. And he became the lowest rated restaurant in Yelp history or something.
This is great.
He was just fine.
See, that's just like the pothole guy who's like, see, you know what? Fine. I'm just going to do it the opposite way that you think I should do it.
Yeah.
This is great.
Because
hilarious.
Then it gets attention and people started coming in we got to see this place. And he started getting all this press. And Yelp is so mad and they keep threatening him.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, with what? What are you going to give me now? 4 stars?
Right.
So I'm glad he did that.
The same joke. That's great.
I do feel I love Yelp. I use it all the time, but it does feel imperfect.
It is imperfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, wait a minute.
I know it's imperfect because there is no way that Thai place in my neighborhood deserves anything more than 1.5, 2 stars
That's
max.
what I've experienced.
And now I know it's because a bunch of people who are not Thai are leaving the reviews. I'm like, who tasted this?
Yeah.
Clearly nobody who's ever tasted Thai food.
Yeah.
0
that happens
stars.
a lot. I also notice that vegan restaurants are really highly rated.
Super highly rated.
People are so excited.
We're like, thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you really have to think about it.
Yes.
What happened here? What led to this score?
Yes.
And
that makes me want to relive that video that was in my queue of the guy who gets a tattoo at the 1-star tattoo place, 1-star reviewed Yelp place. I talked about that on an episode, but I never have watched the video yet.
Tell me again.
We were talking about a guy who, in the episode, we were talking about a guy who wanted to pay his rent with gigs on Craigslist.
Oh yeah,
and the same guy did another clip of getting a tattoo at a 1-star, the lowest rated,
oh man,
Yelp rated tattoo place.
And we don't know what happened.
Nope.
We should look.
Same as last time, where I'm like, I'll fill you in next time.
Well, we'll have to look that up, and we'll get back to you.
Yeah.
Well, definitely leave us a 5-star review.
Definitely, because it is not like Yelp,
No.
and there is no algorithm. We just want only 5 stars.
Yeah, and subscribe and tell a friend, because you guys are the best, and we love you, and we need more of you.
Yes.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. This podcast is brought to you by Wave Podcast Network. Check out all of our shows, including the Brain Candy Podcast, I Don't Get It, Coffee Convos, and Let's Talk About It.